While Biden is soaking up the sun, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is vowing to get to the bottom of all these canceled flights. Joining me now is Georgetown professor and former senior White House advisor for President George H.W. Bush, Brad Blakeman. Brad, it's great to see you. It's been a while.
Good to see you. Good morning. Yes.
Yeah, good morning, sir. So, I said this earlier, I'm going to say it again. It seems to me that the president flew to St. Croix in the middle of what is a real travel disaster, and the death toll nationwide so high from the storm. It seems like bad optics. What do you say?
Yeah, I not only is it bad optics, it's terrible leadership. You take what's happening to our Americans from coast to coast with Southwest, a complete meltdown of one of the world's largest airlines, and add to that the crisis that is happening on our border. I'm speaking to you today from Scottsdale, Arizona, and our border is being overrun by illegals, and it's all created by a crisis of this administration with Title 42. The Supreme Court gave a lifeline to this president and gave some breathing room. And what does the president do? As he's going off to vacation, he says, well, the Supreme Court should have just let it run its course and end. Well, there are tens of thousands of illegals on our border staged just waiting for Title 42 to end so that they can come across our border. So this is not the finest example of leadership, either domestically with what's happening with our airline industry and the delays and cancellations, but also the humanitarian crisis that is happening on our border as we speak. And our president decides this is the perfect time for vacation.
Yeah, he's going to be gone till after the new year. What do you make of Pete Buttigieg, though? I mean, he didn't really make a statement. I mean, this storm was last week, to be clear here. And the Transportation Secretary, remember, runs the FAA, just to be clear here, oversees it anyway. He was silent. He finally makes a tweet, I'm going to be saying something very soon. Okay, great. And then what he says is kind of empty words. He says, well, there's going to be consequences. I mean, he seems to be really failing at this job.
Well, this is the guy who, when he was running for president, had the answer to everything. And now he's in charge of one of our nation's largest agencies, in charge of our transportation, and crickets. And when he does come on television, there's empty words, just threats of what we're going to do in the future. Well, Mr. Secretary, what are you doing in the present? There are thousands of Americans sleeping on the floor of our terminals nationwide, some without their medication, others who have missed Christmas. And you're going to do a full investigation after the fact. Why weren't these industries stress tests before? You knew just by the unions have been crying about the fact that Southwest has been ignorant with regard to IT and not keeping up with the times, and their IT platforms not being able to handle even the most routine disruption. So this is not government leading. This is government reacting. And the best thing that government can do for the American people is to prevent crisis, not merely respond to it, or worse yet, be the cause of it.
Well, and real quick, I'm going to bring in David Nelson because he has a question for you. But, even the head of the flight attendant union at Southwest Airlines is blasting the airlines for how bad that they've handled this crisis. David Nelson, go ahead.
Hey, Brad, it's pretty clear Washington dropped the ball here, but I'd like to shift the conversation a bit. Maybe the ball was dropped even sooner than this. We bailed out the airlines, certainly billions and billions of dollars of American taxpayer money bailed out these airlines after they had spent billions of dollars buying back their own stock. Maybe we should have just let them go away, because the assets would have been picked up, the companies would still exist, just be new owners, yet they'd have less debt, and they could have reinvested that, some of that capital into more efficient systems. And maybe we wouldn't even have this problem if Washington stopped picking winners and losers.
David, you're 100% right. The U.S. government and the taxpayer are not the underwriters of bad business decisions. I don't care whether it's the airline industry, pick an industry. We as the taxpayers are not going to be paying for the mistakes of businessmen who are basically in the business of making profits. And if you can't run your business correctly, then maybe the business has to fail. But this is the problem of too big to fail in America. That's the crutch, David, that these business leaders have been using for years. When I was in the White House, you could bet your dollar that sooner or later, how many of the businesses are going to come in asking the president for something, something that they should have been doing for themselves. And then their response is, well, you know, we're really too big to fail. There are so many millions of Americans who could be affected, and then it's going to be your problem, Mr. President. No, it's their problem, and that's the problem, is they've become too big to fail.
What I find,
it'll never end.
What I find rich about this whole situation with Southwest Airlines, and I've said many times this morning, I actually used to work for that company back when I was in my 20s. But what I find so rich about all of this is that when they took that pandemic aid, the $7 billion, the bulk of the money was supposed to go to staffing. And now you have flight attendants and pilots sleeping in airports, and the airlines saying they can't find their own crews, which David Nelson rightly earlier said, that's ridiculous. How do you not know where your own crews are? Anyway, I want to bring in Adam Johnson, who's got a question for you as well.
Well, thank you, Cheryl. You know, it sounds to me like we sort of want it both ways. If they're too big to fail, and yet we don't let them fail, we're involved. But now what we're also saying is, well, we shouldn't tell them how to run their businesses. So I don't know, which is it? But it gets to a question of accountability. If we have politicians in Washington saying we're going to hold you accountable, what does that really mean? I mean, what can a politician do to hold a company accountable? And do we even really want that in the first place?
Well, we do want it because, look, our businesses are able to run themselves to a point, but not to the point where they're affecting the health, safety, and welfare of the entire country. There is responsibility in the businesses that provide services to do it in a manner that is not going to put our citizens in jeopardy. And safety is the critical issue here. So yes, the government has oversight, and I don't like government particularly being nosy in people's businesses. But on the other hand, businesses are quick to come to Congress and the White House asking for benefits. So you can't get the benefits without the oversight. So it's a conundrum. It's a scale.
Well, so help me understand, because you're an insider, and I respect the perspective. What could government actually do? What are some tangible things government could do with Southwest specifically to make it such that Southwest can't make these kinds of mistakes again? Is there anything that government can actually do that's tangible, that's real, that'll get a result?
Yeah, I think one of the things they can do immediately is to check and stress test their system. They've already been stress tested in reality with the storms and the disruptions. We know that. We know their system doesn't work. What are they going to do to correct it? And from what I'm hearing from the union pilots and the flight attendants is, for years they've been told that their critical infrastructure of IT does not work, especially for the platforms of their planes and their employees. Well, if you know it doesn't work, then fix it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brad. That's a very good point. We talked about that earlier in the show. Brad Blakeman, it's always great to see you.